Too. Why would I
It's because it's my car.
No, honestly, it's not. I mean,
I was supposed to
that
clean it out
doesn't
yesterday.
help, but I would much rather take the train than the bus,
When you
or the bus than drive. I can read. I can listen to my iPod.
Kiehl's puts parabens in their products.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I bet that's really good.
It makes my skin look like I just got a facelift.
You ever tried
The oatmeal kind?
Play?
No, I can't stand that when it dries on your face and you're like. I use that oatmeal scrub,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my god.
Why don't you make some at home?
I make toast at home. I don't make anything at home. I'm gonna make fucking skin products. Why don't I make my own candles? I'm gonna start making my own soap too. I won't even make soup. I won't even make hard-boiled eggs.
You're making coffee though.
I have made coffee recently. Coffee doesn't make the house smell like a diner. My house is too small to cook. It would be like bombs of war if I cooked in my place. I would wake up and I'd be like, oh my god, all my clothes smell like whatever I cooked the night before. But then I could get into my Ford Fiesta.
And everything would be okay.
Is it possible to get roaches in your car?
A friend of mine posted a picture on Facebook of a rat that was in her car. She had it parked in a New York City parking garage, and the parking garage always leaves the window down a bit. And they drove all the way to their house in upstate New York, parked the car, went in, spent the night, got up in the morning, and it was a cold night, and the sun was just streaming in, warming up the dashboard, and the rat was sitting on the dashboard of the car.
They were so lucky that rat didn't come out when they were driving.
On the highway.
Oh my god.
On 87 North.
I'm sure the rat got in upstate New York then.
Oh no!
Sleeping under the seat?
Yeah, hiding. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they didn't leave their windows open. They didn't leave their windows open at night.
I can't even tell you like how traumatized I would be. Even though I didn't know, even like getting up the next
That's
morning.
my worst fear. A rat in the car or a bird. A rat or a bird.
Can you imagine?
And that and my arms being pulled off by a gorilla. Those are my three.
Like that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting in the car and like all of a sudden a pigeon comes out? Like in Florence, pigeons are like really friendly. They're friendly. I swear, you're like sitting there like in a cafe or whatever.
They're friendly in Venice too.
We'll come and like land on your shoulder. I'm like freaking out. Like nobody else cares. I'm like,
Nothing to read in these.
but yeah. What about a bat in the car?
What part of Cleveland? The west side?
Bats though will like find a spot and just stay there. They won't.
Imagine if you got roaches in your car. Though.
Imagine what?
You got roaches in your car. Like you're like driving and all of a sudden you see like a roach fly.
Well,
That's another reason why you shouldn't drive.
if you park your car in a parking garage in New York and the parking and they leave your window open, you could get.
Oh, those flying ones.
I think that people do get roaches in their car.
Oh my god. That's another reason not to drive. You don't see
Can you do a Twitter search roaches in car?
right now. We should talk to them about that.
So how many people follow you on Twitter?
About 1,100.
How many new ones do you get a day?
Average? I don't know actually. Probably like 20.
20 a day.
Probably. It gets to a point.
I get one new one and then the next day they leave.
No, but you know what it is? It gets to a point. You hit a plateau and then it's just like, not a plateau. You get to a certain point and then you start to get followed, not exponentially, but like a lot. You're on a roll.
The tipping point?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And but I don't really even try. I try not to look at it that way at all. 'Cause I'm not about like how many. I mean, I'm psyched that I have a lot, but I'm more about who it is. Like I'm not all about like see people Twitter, oh, I only need 200 more to be at 2,000. You know, let people know. And I swear, I'm like, that's not going to be great. It's like, I don't want this. I don't care if everyone can follow me. I can care if the cameras follow me. But I'm not going to go solicit it. You know, I really believe I'm building relationships with Twitter. I was saying this in my presentation the other day. Like the people that I follow, are going to start to follow me back, are in fashion, music, social media, hip hop, mostly tech, probably. But then those other ones too, because I'm following them and I'm part of the conversation. I'm becoming part of the conversation. And then of course there are other ones, but they drop off. You know what I mean? But if I use one of these Twitter apps that get you thousands of followers, they don't have anything I want. You know? Advice, inspiration, links,
responsiveness.
Responsiveness is huge. Links. I mean, I'm not gonna follow some Christian. And I say that because a ton of them follow me. But in
you have a lot of Christians following you?
I don't know. All of a sudden.
Did you mention God recently?
Not that I know of. I don't know what it is, honestly. It's so funny. It's weird. Like conservative, neocons.
Oh, maybe you mentioned the devil if they're neocons.
But they're not gonna have links that I'm interested in. So anyway, whatever. Twitter is.
Do neocons like?
I really am full.
Did you see that blog post I did yesterday about the Twitter search? Back tweets? Twitter is now actually, I believe, becoming a threat to Google, believe it or not. This little app, minimalist, nothing application.
The real-time searching.
The biggest problem they have is bandwidth. And they're scaring everybody. Because it's transparency. It's like culture, it's now. There's no real walls up there.
Well, the people are doing. Well, Google developed this algorithm to do popular searches, right?
Yep.
And so now Twitter.
It's real time search. You can't
The real
beat that.
people are the algorithm.
Yeah. The people are the
It's
algorithm.
like living mathematics.
It's simplifying it to
We had the CEO of our company.
it's much more valuable. It's the most valuable search right now, I think. Although, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. If you're looking for where was Abraham Lincoln born?
It has its place.
Yeah.
But it was so good. Really good. It had spinach, zucchini, and it was very
There's certain
it was very light and fluffy. And finished it.
populations that I could see never going on Twitter,
I think it's going to be a hard sell.
like ceramicists. I don't really see them.
Their own taste. They had
Are you
less
kidding? There's a whole art section. Did you see that in the wiki?
the sourness or bitterness.
Oh, you're talking about that. I'm thinking of
Yeah, but
culture.
ceramicists are really kind of
Are you kidding?
anti-technology.
Are they even a demographic? Are there enough of them to even become a demographic?
They have a magazine. They have a couple.
Called what?
Ceramics Monthly,
Really good.
and there's another one, but I
I
don't.
liked it. I still wouldn't eat it. Just all that.
There's only 10 issues a year, granted.
I think you'd be searching for crafts people, right?
Yeah, I have a crap person that I follow that never.
Do you go to Etsy.com?
Just a little.
That was hilarious. What did you tweet about Etsy? I was like, that is so true. I have the same sort of file, and I'm a DIYer, but there's something about it.
You saw that? I got people responding to me dying. I was like,
Dying of
sometimes I
laughter.
stumble upon Etsy.com and I get the same sinking feeling I get when Christian rock starts playing on my iPod. It's true though. I'll be like, come here. There's always people make these bags and I mean, my God, is it all? It's all women too, right?
No, these gay men.
Can you imagine?
There's RISD grads.
Can you imagine my brother cruising around Etsy.com?
That's how it's just gonna